Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I just got back yesterday from my spring break vacation in St. Pete Beach, Florida. It was a lot of fun. It was jam-packed. We did a lot, but it was our last spring break, so we really wanted to go and have a good time. I did take some books with me because who goes to the beach and doesn't read? I mean, I'm sure some people, but I cannot go to the beach without a book, so I took some with me. These are the 4 books that I took on vacation with me. I was already in the middle of Graceless and Mistborn, which you know if you watched my last reading vlog, but I also wanted to take some vacation themed books with me. So I took Murder Takes a Vacation and What Not to Do on Vacation. I am going to let the clips that I took while I was in Florida play here, and then we can come back and talk about all of the books that I read after that. Alrighty, so you saw I went to so many fun places. Honestly, I'm really getting into matcha, so I enjoyed going to like a lot of small shops and trying what kinds they had. I also found the book lounge, which was just the most gorgeous bookstore. If you're ever in St. Pete Beach, you need to go visit. And I just really loved the sunken gardens. I think that was my favorite part of the vacation. But yeah, I think if you have a chance to go, you should totally do it. It's white sand beaches. The water is so clear. It was absolutely stunning, and so we really enjoyed it. But let's talk about the books. So the first book that I finished while I was there was Graceless. If you want to know what I had read before, you can go back and watch my previous reading vlogs. But while I was on vacation, I finished this book. I think I was like 80% through, so it wasn't a lot that I had to finish, but I very much enjoyed this book. I would recommend it. It is dense. It did take me 3 weeks maybe to get through it just because of all the other books that I was reading also, but I feel like it had a very satisfying end. The plot twists and turns at the end there I couldn't believe it. Honestly, I was very shocked. There is also a cat in it, so you know I'm gonna love it. But I genuinely did enjoy this book. I felt like the magic was really interestingly written. I felt like there was a really good villain. There was a strong villain in this for sure, and I very much enjoyed this book. So I was happy to finish Graceless Heart. I then picked up Murder Takes a Vacation. This book honestly was so much fun. It had me laughing, which you wouldn't think about a murder book, but essentially this older woman is going on a vacation to Paris and she meets this man, and then this man is murdered and she kind of has to like figure out, she doesn't really have to figure it out. It's all revolving around her for some reason. There's a lot of strong side characters. It was honestly really funny just because I felt like she trusted a lot of people when, and I was like, why don't do that? Like, I wouldn't do that if I were you. And then sort of didn't trust people that I feel like seemed trustworthy in my opinion. But I very much enjoyed this. I think I actually read this in like one day while I was there. It is pretty small, but it was very, very entertaining. I very much enjoyed this. I also finished Mistborn, so I really just listened to the audiobook the whole time. I listened to it while I was driving and while I was getting ready, and yeah, so I finished Mistborn. I did enjoy this. It took a lot longer than I expected it to. It is very political. It is very dense. I enjoyed it later on. Once you've already gotten all of that world building done, all of the characters are amazing. I really, really enjoyed so many of the side characters in this. I felt like the main characters were so strongly and well written. There were plot twists that really shattered me. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, no, you're joking. And then wait, yes, that's amazing. And then no. Like, it was really, really crazy. I am intrigued to read the next book. I don't think I'm like, I need to read it right now, but I will read it eventually. I did like this book. I love a strong female main character. I think it is so fun to read about. Honestly, when I saw the cover, I thought it was going to be a lot like Throne of Glass. I thought it was going to be like Selena Sardathian, but no. 'Twas not. Which is fine because books shouldn't all be the same. It's just this cover really gave me that. So that's my own fault by judging a book by its cover. I very much enjoyed this though. I thought all of the plot twists were amazing. I really loved a lot of the characters, and so I am intrigued to see what happens in the next one just because I feel like it was a little tied up like at the end. But I guess there's a lot of rebuilding that needs to be done and a lot of politics that can be pushed further. So I think that would be cool. Just a trigger warning, there's a lot of murder in this, there's a lot of war in this, and it's pretty graphic. So if you're not into that, I would not pick this up. But all in all, I did think this was a very good book. The last book that I read, I loved. Out of all 4 books, this was my favorite book that I read, and that's What Not to Do on Vacation by Rachel MaGee. This book genuinely was so sweet. It had me crying, it had me smiling, it had me laughing. I was giggling like a little schoolgirl. Like, it was so, so cute. 3 sisters go on a vacation that they used to take when they were younger, and they all have their own sort of issues. One of them shows up, she's engaged to a guy that she met online and has never actually met in person, and she's going to move across the country for him. One of the sisters is keeping a secret from the other sisters, and then the last sister has an aversion to love. She has been hurt in the past and she just doesn't think that it's for her. The youngest sister does something that I was like, girl, that's not gonna end well, but she doesn't, and you know, it didn't end as bad as it could have ended. The other sister's secret comes out, the girl meets the man that she is supposed to marry, and I think it works out for all of them in the end. In my opinion, I was very satisfied with this happily ever after. I thought it was very sweet. I enjoyed the world building on the vacation. I love reading about a beach while I'm on a beach. It was the perfect book to just like take with me and sort of get into the vibe that is in this book. But yeah, this one, if you don't want to read a book about grief or has subplots of grief, I wouldn't pick this one up just yet. Like, I'm tearing up just thinking about it, but it definitely is respectful of grief and it's beautifully written. But if you're not in the place for that, then I would maybe wait a little longer. to read this one. But I did love this book. I honestly thought it was so sweet and so fun. And so those are the 4 books that I read while I was on vacation. I think I read more than I thought I was going to read, honestly. I enjoyed all of these books. Like I said, What Not to Do on Vacation was my favorite, though I also really enjoyed Murder Takes a Vacation. The other two, if you want more in-depth reviews or thoughts on them, they are much longer. There is more in my previous reading vlogs on them. I just don't want this to be a really long vlog because for me this is a spring break mini reading vlog. I want to do some laundry, I want to chill since I have to go back to school tomorrow, but I really just wanted to give you guys an update. I hope you enjoyed this video. Honestly, I had so much fun taking videos while I was on the vacation and just sort of really creating something that you guys can see and see where I went and what I did and how gorgeous it was. So this one was honestly really fun for me. I would love to do more reading vlogs like this where I get to take you guys on vacation with me, though that won't be for a little while because I have 6 more weeks until I graduate, and then maybe I'll go on a vacation then and I'll take you guys along with me. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Next Sunday I am going to be doing my TBR video a little bit differently and I'm very excited about it, so I hope you come back to watch it. But thank you so much for watching and I hope you guys have a great week. Thank you.